Hate it or love it, there is no watch brand that can match Rolex on recognition and popularity. In this video, I'm going to tell you how I got my first Rolex new from a genuine AD. At the end of the video, I'll reveal the actual email I sent, which eventually ended in me receiving a highly regarded Rolex sports model on my very first attempt. I'll also tell you which watches you should purchase to foster a relationship with your dealer in a clever way, if that is the way they practice. So hold on all the way to the end, let's go! First of all, I'll have to point out that there is still somewhat of a mystery tied to ADs and how they combat their high demand on Rolex. My AD told me that they receive hundreds, occasionally thousands of requests per week. Most ADs practice waitlists, but as a customer it's hard to figure out what actually gets you on the list. Because that is the goal, right? Once you're in, you're in. A common theory is that you need a rich customer history and required level of capital spent on other brands before you finally get the nod. My experience is that there are a lot of factors weighing in. One of them being customer history. If you like to build customer history with an AD, you have to do two things. 1. Pop by regularly for a chat and try on some watches, then they'll get an idea of who you are. 2. Buy watches that aren't Rolex. Both points are significant, but the first one played a bigger part than I believed at first. I made it a habit of stopping by on my way from work, or if I was in the area, showing interest, talking watches, trying out new models, etc. Never having Rolex in mind, I eventually bought a watch, a Tudor Black Bay 36, and after a while a Tudor Black Bay 58. And here's my tip. If Rolex is your main long-term objective and you want to purchase it fresh from an authorized dealer, buy newly released Tudors. Or buy whatever you like, but Tudor is in high demand among enthusiasts and there will be waitlists, but you'll be able to obtain a spot. In my case, I had to sell watches to finance new watches. It's a part of the watch journey, trying, testing, keeping, selling, you know. A handful of Tudor watches have a higher resale value, so when I eventually sold my Tudor while acquiring my Rolex, I actually ended up earning a few $100. On the sales, that is. The Rolex still cost a fortune. I would love to read your experience with authorized dealers when inquiring about Rolex, so a comment would be most welcomed, as would likes and subscriptions. A lot more videos in the making. Besides being a kind and interested customer, which is the most important aspect, after receiving my Rolex GMT Master II 126710 BLNR, I asked my dealer, which I've had a long conversation with over email, how did it happen? How did I get my name on the list for such a desired watch? He basically told me that my relationship with them was appreciated and they prioritize these kind of relationships, and wishes to show gratitude by granting requests from customers they keep in high regard. From those wondering, I waited for 9 months, but they told me 18 to 24. I asked for both an Explorer 1 and a Submariner after obtaining the GMT. The answer was no. When I asked why, he told me that they prioritised good customers that still hadn't got their dream watch yet. So essentially, it's easier to get your first Rolex than a second one. By the way, I've been on the list for my second Rolex for about a year now, expecting to do both a review and an unboxing as soon as the phone rings. Here is the mail I sent. Hello again, guys. Contacting you again as agreed after I picked up my BB58 about a month ago. It arrived well ahead of time, so it was a very pleasant surprise. You guys told me to pick up the thread about Rolex wishes after I picked this one up, so I will. Also, got some hopes after some pleasant conversations in your shop as my customer history keeps getting better. Now, my dream watch is the Rolex GMT Master 2 126710 BLNR. The model that ticks all the boxes for me and started its production the same year my son was born, so if he were to follow in his father's footsteps, we are talking about an heirloom like no other. I really hope it can be done. I will wait however long I have to. Whoever waits for something good does not wait in vain. Can it come true? Thanks. The reply from my AD. Hello again. It is true that I asked you to check with us again after you had taken out the Black Bay 58 model. It is dangerous to get hopes up as we are not always able to deliver even after the hopes are given. But this time we will be able to deliver. We would be happy to order 126710 BLNR for you. The estimated delivery time is set to approximately 18 to 24 months, although time can vary. I've got goosebumps again after reading this over. Hope you enjoyed the video and that you give it a thumbs up or comment. I wish you all a good weekend. Catch you on the flippity flop watch fam.